Welcome back to Database Management System classes, Chapter 2, Entity Relationship Model. In this chapter, we will discuss about the entity relationship model. Model means design. The topics that is to be covered: overview of the design process, the entity relationship model, different types of attributes, the mapping cardinalities, primary key, and removing redundant attributes in entity sets. Now, starting with the design phases. If we need to design the database model, then we have to put emphasis on some important phases. The initial phase, where we characterize prospective database users' data needs. In the second phase, choosing a data model is the main concern, as well as conceptual schema of the database that we need to design, as well as describing the kinds of operations that will be performed on the data must be taken care. The implementation of the database in the final phase. Firstly, the logical design, where we have to identify the entities. That means database design requires that we find a good collection of relation schemas, and business decision like attributes should we record in the database. That means we have to identify what are the attributes that we consider to be important for our database. And finally, we should have those attributes distributed among different relations. And physical design is also very important, deciding on the physical layout of the database. Now, in the design phase, we have to avoid two major pitfalls. Number one is redundancy, and the second one is incompleteness. If in a database we put the same information again and again unnecessarily, that information is called as redundant. So, we have to be very careful that we must not put any redundant data.